Here's Wendy.
You made it anyway. How you doing? I'm doing great today. Thank you so much for being here. Listen, Phaedra Parks in Atlanta is in danger of losing her job. Well, Selena Gomez, you know I've got my opinion. Selena Gomez might have a new man. The question is, do you think it's too soon? I'll explain the story and then we'll talk. And did you see Jimmy Fallon make his Tonight Show debut? Let's talk about it and more. It's time for Hot Topics. Hopefully today we are experiencing the last snowstorm of winter 2014. I cannot take it anymore. You know what? I really enjoyed talking with Marc Anthony yesterday. And I was reading my comments on Facebook because I always like to see what you guys say. And for people who weren't familiar with Marc's personality, everybody fell in love. And there were a lot of people that finally got what I mean when I always say Marc Anthony is so hot. There's something, it's not something tangible. I don't know, he's got like a certain swag about him, you know? Anyway, and then I'm gonna see him tonight. Marc, I'll see you tonight at your big charity gala. I look forward to seeing you again. And I really enjoyed meeting you. And I'm also really excited to meet David Arquette. He's coming next Monday. I know. He definitely seems like he's our kind of people. So I want to shout out to Jimmy Fallon, who made his Tonight Show debut last night. And I have to say, it is so good to have the Tonight Show back in New York. Everything about it was New York. U2 played on the roof, and I love his setting, you know, Jimmy's setting in the background with the cityscape. And last night, a parade of celebrities stopped by. Take a look, it's very funny.
And to my buddy who said that I'd never be the host of The Tonight Show, and you know who you are. You owe me $100, buddy. You do. We do have a great show tonight for you.
I love it. So funny. I like Gaga's really long wig. I mean, you know, not for us, but for Gaga, yes. It's good. You have to hire somebody just to brush her hair all the time, though. Imagine how many snarls she gets down here. And when she gets home, she finds stuff from the sidewalk in the city. Dog poop and gum in her hair and everything. Or maybe that's the kind of wig that you hang in the garage and you get it the next day. Anyway, congratulations, Jimmy. He's such a nice guy. Couldn't have happened to a better person. He's got his wife, and he's got his new daughter, Winnie, and he has no scandal with him, knock on wood. Knock on wood. I don't know anything about Jimmy other than that he gets along with everyone. Anyway, so Kanye West, on the other hand, he went on another rant, and this time he's lashing out about media outlets like TMZ and E! He says that they're always trying to make him look like a maniac or an animal because they're afraid of interracial relationships. You know what? Any excuse is better than none. You are Ticky Boom. Nobody cares about your swirly relationship with Kim K, first of all. When I look at them, I don't even, it doesn't, anyway, nobody cares about your interracial relationship, and nobody cares about trying to make you look like an animal or maniac because you do that just perfectly yourself. Kim, by the way, you know, that's an older picture because now she's back to black. Here she is showing his, you know, he has these Yeezy sneakers that are only available, they're called Air Yeezy 2s, and they're only available online. And Kim took that picture with the caption, Famleezies. I love that. Now that's a cute one. I heard that they paid about $5,000 to get Norths, you know, the babies, made custom. That's cute. A family that sneaks together, peeks together. My guys are sneaker heads, you know, at the house. It's all sneaker talk all the time. And so little Kev, actually, he bought me these. Yeah. They're good, right? Thank you. Thank you. Anyway, so let's move on to Selena Gomez because, all right, follow closely. She went into rehab allegedly to get over the heartbreak of Justin Bieber. She was only there for 2 weeks. They say she was there to deal with emotional issues surrounding Justin. You know, she was 18 when he was 16 and they started dating. Now that was for 3 years. They dated on and off, more on than off. That's how, yeah. She was with him back when he had that Bieber hair. Look how long they've been together. Gee. Anyway, now she's out of rehab, all right? The rehab people wanted to keep her there, but of course, you know, you can't hold somebody where they don't want to be, so she left on her own accord after 2 weeks. She was recently spotted getting cozy with one of those boys from One Direction. His name is Niall Horan. Yeah. Do you know One Direction song off the top of your head? Do you need me to remind you? That this is the story of my life, and also the beautiful song. Come on, we know that song. Anyway, there's Niall, who's equally as cute as Justin. I mean, I do think Justin Bieber is cute, but this Niall guy's cute. And he has an accent, you like the accent, yeah. But I think it's too soon for her to get a boyfriend. I mean, if she was in rehab for emotional issues surrounding Justin, then maybe she needs to be on her own for a long time. Like at least through the summer. You know what I mean? Which, I think she needs to spend summer of 2014 single this spring and stuff. I mean, if you find yourself going to rehab to deal with emotional issues when you're 19 years old, imagine how she'll deal with her first divorce. And I'm not saying that she's gonna get married or get divorced, but I'm just saying, you know, we older girls, relationships only get more complicated, Selena girl. You need to get it together. If you can't handle teenage love, it gets worse when you get that woman love going on. Reportedly, she changed her telephone number too when she got out of rehab. When's the last time you changed your telephone number on your cell phone? Don't you just find that a gross inconvenience? I mean, you know, I'm not really the techie. It was only recently that I learned that you can block people. And so when there's somebody that you don't want to talk to, like for instance, if she doesn't want to talk to Justin and maybe some of his cronies, then all she has to do is block them. I changed my number when we got this talk show. I wanted to start a new life. And admittedly so, there are some people that I wanted to leave behind. And so I went and changed my number, which was a stupid thing, because that means I had to call everybody and tell them I changed my number, when all I really had to do was just go to the phone company and block it. Do you have a home phone? Well, clap if you have a home phone. Really? Oh my God. Okay, I know why though. Clap if you have a home phone because you have kids. Then why do the rest of you have a home phone? Because as soon as that boy gets out of high school, I told you, we're moving to the city and I'm getting rid of the home phone. I can't take it. Today we get the telephone call. You know, it's important to have it because when the school's 2-hour delay, like we were 2-hour delayed opening, school closings and things like that. But we have a home phone, but we don't have an answering machine. Don't you get pissed when people leave you messages? On your cell phone or home phone? Like really, why are you talking to me through this machine? And I hate when my phone has, you know, check your message thing or check your text. I always like my phone to be clean, you know, like no leaving nothing. Stop leaving people messages. That is a real inconvenience. They look at their phone, they see you called, they'll call you back when they get around to it, that's all. Let's talk about Phaedra Parks. could talk about Justin first, actually. As long as we were talking about Justin, look out, ATL. Justin's moving into the city. Well, but this is a great move, everybody. You know, out there in Calabasas where he lives. He is so corny to me. I mean, is he desperately corny to you? Clap, or not. But I do find him cute. Anyway, Justin reportedly wants to buy a house in Atlanta because there's less paparazzi. This makes total sense. He reportedly wants to also make a transition as a hip-hop artist. And he's got all of his black friends in line. There's Puffy on the microphone. There's Rick Ross up there. There's Akon's little brother who used to date Tracy Ross, Diana Ross's daughter. I don't know who the bald man is. The man in the red hat, that's one of Rick Ross's artists. And that cute little swirly girl over there is probably waiting to go home with Justin. Why doesn't he have a shirt on? Why is everybody dressed but Justin? You know he changed his name on social media to Bizzle. Very cornholio. I think him moving to Atlanta is a great thing though, because there's still paparazzi in Atlanta, but less paparazzi, of course, than in LA. I think that's terrific. He'll be surrounded by all his black friends. Usher, his mentor, lives in Atlanta. He could go to Mary Mac's Tea Room. I go there every time I go to Atlanta. Do you think that he can transition into a hip-hop artist? No. Look, he's got a love trail. Look at his navel. Do you see the love trail? The only hair on his body, and it's the trail. Oh, Justin, you are so corny. Let's talk about Phaedra now. So, Phaedra may be losing her job because of Apollo. Well, I don't like to see anybody out of work. So remember, she does have some sort of law degree. So she won't be out of work if she gets off TV. Now listen, I was telling you here on Hot Topics months ago that Phaedra and Apollo were doing a spin-off show, which is called Rich People's Problem. And it was supposed to premiere later this year. And it follows Phaedra as she does the legal eagle thing for rich people in Atlanta. Well, she's perfectly boring on The Housewives, so God only knows why they would give her a spin-off show. I don't know, she makes me uncomfortable, all that She does. But I must say, they make some good-looking kids, though, because that little, the Prince and Mr. President are adorable. Anyway, look. Now that Apollo's facing up to 30 years in prison for bank fraud and identity theft, Bravo wants to wash their hands of that little spin-off show, which is the right thing to do, Phaedra. Why would you even want to be on reality TV doing anything knowing that your man is facing prison time? I wonder if Phaedra knew what was going on with Apollo and... I've got thoughts in my head. Can you read my mind? All right, let's move along because I've got some great news to share about Pete Wentz. He's going to be a father with his girlfriend. Yes. Remember when he was here having that delightful conversation with us a few weeks ago, he told us, that he has a girlfriend and everything, and I didn't pry too much, you're gonna get married, like what's all going on. He used to be married to Jessica Simpson's younger sister, Ashley Simpson, and when they were married, they had a son named Bronx, because they like the name, Pete says. No, nobody's from the Bronx or anything like that, they just like the name. Anyway, Pete posted this picture announcing the news. Isn't that sweet? Yeah. Congratulations, Pete. And you know what? And congratulations to Ashley, too, because she's moved on to Diana Ross's son. We've talked about this, Evan Ross. They're engaged. Yeah, they're engaged. They're young. He's only 25. I mean, she's not young. Well, she's young compared to me, but she's like 33. Huh? 29? Well, she's still a divorcee with a son. We already talked about that. I wonder if Diana Ross is really, truly happy that her 25-year-old son with no kids, never married, is engaged to a woman who's a divorcee. Oh, who cares? Look, they're all happy, and I'm happy for them, and they're acting very mature about their co-parenting Bronx. So good for all four of you. Yeah. Julianne Hough has a new hairstyle and maybe a new boyfriend. Look, she was spotted holding hands with a hockey player by the name of Brooks. Isn't that attractive, Brooks? That's Katie Couric's fiance's name too, Brooks. Brooks. And do you know what his last name is? Like. Brooks Like. Do you follow hockey? Well, neither do I. But look, I did my research. Listen, he's making a boatload of money. He has a 6-year, he signed it back in 2011, $27 million contract with the Capitals out of Washington. And he's 6'2", and he's hairy. I like it. No, well, look at his legs and his forearms. You could braid that forearm hair, and I mean that in a good way. And he's got a strong jaw. He's a man. I don't particularly care for her haircut, though. I think that she's a beautiful, beautiful woman. I just don't care for the haircut. Isn't she pretty? Yeah. You know, she was in the running to be Mrs. Ryan Seacrest, but things went awry when allegedly she lost a whole bunch of jewelry. Just a couple of dingbat moves. So he kicked her to the curb, but there's nothing wrong with that. Julianne waited a long time from her split with Ryan. See, this is how guys like us. They know that we all come with a past, but I think that they judge us, because they're always judging us, when we monkey bar from one relationship to another, on the up high, you know? And try as I might, I haven't seen her with a guy since splitting from Ryan. And they split, what, last spring? Yeah. So she stayed good and unsoiled. And so I guess, unlike the rest of us, then she gets with this guy, Brooks. Now look, Juliana, she's in her 20s, but Brooks is 30. And I didn't find that he has any children or anything like that. Look how tall he is. He could just pick her up caveman style and throw her over the shoulder and everything. Fun. Well, look, don't mess up this relationship, Juliana. Good luck, Brooks. Yeah. Do you recall the other day we were talking about dance moms and I showed you that disgusting clip of Abby Lee Miller finally getting the business from one of those moms? Which, by the way, should have happened a long time ago based on how she talks to people. You know, I like Abby when she's here on the couch, but I don't like Abby on the show. And I don't like that the parents just sit there and take it from her. So this slapation has been a long time coming. And no, I'm not giving her pants a pass, but it's different when she slaps than Kenya slaps or something like, or she gets slapped. Because anyway, if you don't remember the slap, take a look and we'll talk.
I said, Brooke, is your mother
Get
speaking
your
for you?
finger
Do you
out
want to
of
be
my face.
Girls out the room.
Yeah, you idiot. Off of me.
Well, she's clearly not wearing a wig. So now, that mom, Kelly, is suing Abby for $5 million. Now that's a nice amount to sue, because if you start high, you're at least gonna get $50,000 out of this. However, Abby, Kelly, who are you suing? We've got the footage. You slapped her and pulled her hair. She didn't do anything to you but put her finger in your face, which is, by the way, a violation, you know, of the space code. But is that gonna make you slap somebody and pull their hair, or do you just back away? She also called Abby a very large 300-pound woman who lunged at her. Well, welcome to what it's like being a very large woman, because anything that you accuse us of, people believe it, because when you're large, people just naturally put aggressive along with being large. Abby got Kanye'd. Yeah, I mean, she baited, and the other woman got it. Anyway, they probably don't have some sort of signature clause on Dance Moms, like you can't sue the show and you can't sue Abby if something goes down, because nobody was expecting something like that to go down on a children's show. You know, that's some Real Housewife action there, boy, Abby. Good luck, Kelly, with your lawsuit. Mm-hmm.